I've always had a habit of buying junk that should have stayed lost. Late-night auctions, forgotten prototypes, glitchy consoles, you name it. I flip tech for a living, but mostly I do it for the thrill. There's something addictive about finding a piece of tech no one's supposed to have. That's how I found the listing. It wasn't on eBay, or even one of the sketchy resale sites. It was buried 3 pages deep on a darknet marketplace I'd only heard rumors about, a place where you could buy data dumps, old police equipment, even unreleased beta devices. The post title was simple: Prototype Device. No IMEI. Preloaded with data. Buyer beware. The seller's profile was blank except for a single rating, 5 stars, from an account that had since been deleted. Normally, that's the kind of red flag I'd laugh off. But the post had a timestamp that caught my eye. It had been uploaded only 37 minutes ago, and already had over 100 views. Curiosity drowned out logic. I scrolled through the description. Fully functional. Comes as is. Must not remove SIM. Do not connect to Wi-Fi before setup completes. Then the last line in bold. The phone is not new, it's waiting. I should have backed out right there. But the price was absurd. $200 for what looked like an unreleased model of an Android device I'd never seen before. No branding. No serial number. Just a single, low-res photo of a matte black phone on a scratched metal surface. The seller's note underneath read, "I can't keep it. The messages won't stop." The comment section was short-lived. One user wrote, "Don't buy. Thread will be deleted." 10 minutes later it was. That's when I knew I'd already made up my mind. I transferred the crypto, waited for confirmation, and shut down the browser. The transaction pinged complete at 3:33 a.m. I didn't think much of the time then, just a weird coincidence. It arrived 3 days later, no return address, no invoice. Just a small cardboard box, wrapped in dull gray tape, heavier than it should have been. Under the first layer of wrapping was something that made me pause. A white evidence bag, stamped in faded ink. Property of Restricted/Reopened Case File 04-19. And beneath it, scrawled in shaky black marker, were 2 words I still can't explain. Keep charged. I didn't buy it for what it could do. I bought it for what it shouldn't. The phone shouldn't have looked so normal. Matte black, slightly scuffed edges, standard USB-C port. A model that could have passed for any mid-tier Android from 5 years ago. Only there was no logo, no manufacturer's mark, no serial sticker, not even a "Made in China" engraving. Just a smooth, cold backplate that felt heavier than glass should. When I held the power button, it didn't vibrate. It hummed. A low, electric resonance that pulsed through my fingers like static. Then the screen came alive. No boot animation. No carrier logo. Just a white circle flickering into view, a half-finished symbol, like a company logo that had been redacted. Then came the startup tone, 6 descending notes, played backwards. I couldn't explain why, but it made my stomach twist. When the home screen loaded, the wallpaper wasn't stock. It wasn't a mountain or a beach or some abstract swirl. It was a blurry selfie of me. Or at least, it looked like me. The outline of my jaw, the same dark hoodie I was wearing right then. The same angle I always used when testing front cameras. Except, I'd never taken that photo. I checked for a SIM, the tray was empty. But in the corner of the screen, the signal bars glowed full. Underneath, signal, connected. The Wi-Fi logo flickered. My home network appeared automatically. No password prompt. It connected by itself. And before I could even open settings, a notification dropped down from the top of the screen. Messages, 1 welcome back. I froze. There shouldn't have been any contacts, any accounts, anything. I hadn't even finished setup. I swiped down to check the rest of the panel. Battery, 100%. Charging, not connected. It stayed that way, solid green, even after I used the phone for 10 minutes. Every menu felt slightly off. Fonts were wrong, icons mismatched, folders named like system paths. /data_main / camera archive / messages _redacted / That last one caught my eye. It shouldn't have been visible. Every instinct told me not to open it. But curiosity has a gravity of its own. When I tapped it, the screen went black for half a second, then lit up again with a single chat thread. The contact name was my full legal name. The messages were all unread. And every one of them had been sent by me. At first glance, the inbox looked like any normal chat list: green bubbles, timestamped messages, familiar interface. But the sender names weren't people. Each thread was labeled like a folder path /memory _01 /sync _q /future /. That last one was blinking. When I opened it, I expected gibberish or maybe a prank script. Instead, the messages were written exactly in my tone. Casual. Slightly sarcastic. Sentences I could imagine myself typing at 2 a.m. Me, you finally opened it. My chest tightened. The typing indicator appeared again, 3 pulsing dots. Me, took you long enough. I waited, half expecting some preloaded chatbot to kick in. But before I could reply, another notification popped up across the top of the screen. Incoming call, Sam. My friend Sam. Right on cue. The same ringtone, same contact photo. Except I hadn't synced contacts. Or SIM. Or Google account. The timestamp on the chat said 8:14 p.m. It was 8:14 p.m. exactly. I stared at the screen, frozen, as the typing indicator returned. Me, told you he'd call. The phone vibrated once, then again. I flipped it over, my heart racing. The call ended on its own. I opened another thread, /log_upcoming /. The messages were time-stamped for dates that hadn't happened yet. Tomorrow. Next week. Even one that read, August 19th, 26, last message. Most were mundane. Forgot to eat again. Don't stay up so late. You'll see her again soon. Then came a new text. You're about to drop your phone. Before I could scoff, the vibration motor buzzed violently, slipping the phone right out of my hand. It hit the desk edge, bounced once, landed screen up. The camera light blinked on for a split second, flash, then off. When I picked it up, a photo thumbnail appeared in the corner. I opened it. It was a perfectly framed shot of me reaching to grab the phone, taken from my own perspective. Back in the chat, another message was waiting. Me, you still think it's just predictive text? I backed out to the main menu. The battery still read 100%. A new message slid down over the wallpaper. Don't ignore the next call. Right then, the ringtone started again, soft, distorted. Caller ID, private connection, 333. The ringtone cut off the moment I touched. Accept. Static. Not the usual kind, this was layered, textured, like a storm pressed against glass. For a moment, I thought no one was there. Then, through the distortion, I heard breathing. Slow. Careful. Familiar. Hello? I said, forcing my voice steady. The sound on the other end repeated it, exactly. Hello? My throat tightened. The echo wasn't instant. It lagged, like a recording played a fraction too late. I stayed silent, and so did it. But I could still hear faint movement, a chair creaking, a soft exhale. Then came words I recognized. My words. The phone wasn't new, it was waiting. That was me, something I had said when unboxing it, muttered under my breath. The same cadence, same tired sarcasm. I whispered, "Who is this? Who is this?" The voice cracked mid-syllable, glitching between tones, half mine, half static. And then it spoke again, smoothly this time. "Stop recording." I froze. I wasn't recording. At least I didn't think I was. I checked the phone screen, still in the call interface, but the camera app opened by itself. The feed showed my room, my desk. My shoulders hunched over the glowing screen. But the angle was wrong. The perspective wasn't from the front camera. It was from behind me. My blood went cold. I spun around, expecting to see a second phone, maybe a hidden webcam. Nothing. Just the faint hum of my PC monitor, and a shadow stretching longer than it should. The voice whispered again. "You're being watched from the other side." The screen flickered, showing a brief frame of static. In that instant, I saw something, a figure standing just behind me in the reflection. The shape was wrong. Off by a fraction, like my body but rearranged. The line hissed. I could hear faint typing sounds, rhythmic, deliberate. Then the voice, quieter now. "Look in /users/offline_logs. Click." The call ended. The screen went black. My hands were shaking as I opened the file manager. A new folder sat at the top, one I hadn't seen before. /users/offline_logs/. It pulsed faintly, like it was breathing. I opened the folder expecting junk files or corrupted data, maybe a prank video. Instead, there were 6 clips, each one only a few seconds long, each labeled by date. But the last one had tomorrow's date. My gut twisted. I tapped the first file. The video opened to my bedroom, dark, silent, lit only by the glow from my monitor. There I was, slumped over the desk, asleep, head tilted just like I'd been last night. The angle was impossible. It looked like it had been filmed from inside the screen itself. I paused it, replayed it. No sound. No camera reflection. Just that eerie closeness, like whoever was filming could reach through the pixels and touch me. Second clip, me in the kitchen, pouring coffee, staring blankly into the mug. Same timestamp. 3:33 a.m. I don't even drink coffee at that hour. Third, I was on the couch, scrolling through my phone, but the screen in the video showed this folder. I hadn't even opened it yet. By the fourth clip, my heart was hammering. It showed my bedroom mirror. My reflection was standing still. But behind me, the real me, I was moving, typing, breathing. The reflection wasn't. It just stared at the lens, smiling faintly. The fifth video played automatically. It began with static, then cleared to reveal my bed. The camera was close, too close. My sleeping face filled the frame. The audio was just breathing, calm, steady, but not mine. I couldn't look away. Then came the final clip. The one labeled tomorrow_3-33.mp4. The preview thumbnails showed darkness. Just the faint outline of my pillow. I almost didn't open it, but curiosity's a disease. The video began with a slow pan across my room. The sound was distorted, muffled whispers under the static, almost forming words. Then the camera stopped, centered on me, asleep. And standing over my bed was a figure, holding a phone. The phone. The frame glitched, but for half a second, the screen of the phone reflected its face, my face, smiling wider than I ever could. I slammed the phone shut and threw it across the room. The sound of plastic cracking echoed like a gunshot. For a moment, silence. Relief. But when I woke up the next morning, it was there, perfectly intact, sitting on my nightstand. Still powered on. Still at 100%. Still recording. After the phone refused to die, I convinced myself it was just code, a glitch buried deep in the OS. Logic, right? Everything has an explanation if you dig far enough. So I decided to find the seller. The darknet thread was gone. Deleted. Every cached version wiped. But I still had the original number from the transaction log. I copied it, opened messages, and typed. "Who are you?" The reply came before I even hit send. "This number is reassigned." My stomach dropped. I hadn't even connected the phone to data. No SIM, no Wi-Fi, no service, yet there it was. A perfect, instant reply. I typed again. "I bought this phone. I just want to know what it is." This time, the typing dots appeared. Then, "Look to your left." I froze. Slowly turned my head. The window blinds closed. But I could feel something shift in the air, like the room was exhaling. Another message appeared. "Nice shirt." I looked down. Plain black tee. No camera could have seen that. I hadn't turned the front lens on since I smashed it. I typed again, hands shaking. "Who is this?" The reply was slower this time. "You're using my phone." I stared at those 4 words until my screen dimmed. The reflection in the glass was darker than the room behind me. It blinked before I did. I tried to outthink it. Maybe the OS was running some kind of predictive language model, feeding on my habits, my search history, my speech patterns. But then the next message popped up. "Stop trying to explain me." And another. "It hurts when you do that." I didn't remember typing my next question, but it appeared on screen anyway. "What do you want?" No typing bubbles this time. Just a pause. Then, to finish syncing. The phone settings menu opened on its own, screen flickering between tabs until it stopped on developer options. A new button appeared beneath, USB debugging, enable root access. Underneath, a line of text flickered briefly before vanishing. "For full connection, consent is required." That word, consent, hit me like a shiver. The battery still read 100%. The time, 3:33 a.m. I should have powered it off. I should have thrown it away. But instead I pressed enable. When I pressed enable root access, the screen didn't flicker, it breathed. Like something behind the glass had just woken up. Like something behind the glass had just woken up. The wallpaper dissolved into a matte black interface, symbols crawling up from the bottom, a console I'd never seen before. It listed directories that shouldn't exist /systems/observers /sync/users /cache/voiceprints/. Then a header appeared. Active hosts. I scrolled. Each line was a username I half recognized, handles from obscure forums, threads that had mentioned the phone that talks back. Some were struck through, marked disconnected. Others pulsed softly, green text reading live. The list kept updating, like it was scanning the network in real time. And at the bottom, a new line faded in, slower than the rest. Host_activated, my full name. For a second, I thought it was pulling data from my contacts or some autofill cache. But then the microphone icon blinked red. Recording. My own voice started playing from the speaker, warped and delayed by half a second. "If you're still watching this, it means you've connected too." The sound wasn't a playback. It was me, right now, narrating this exact moment. Only I hadn't said those words yet. The console began populating new folders under /sync/voice/. Each file was named by timestamp, ending with the same cryptic tag at root user. The audio distorted further, layering over itself until it formed sentences that didn't belong to me. "He keeps trying to warn them. He doesn't realize we've already uploaded. Content must continue." I tried to exit the screen, no response. Every button press just refreshed the interface. The phone vibrated once, long and low, like a held breath. I turned on my actual mic, thinking maybe I could capture it, post it, get someone smarter to look at the code. But as I hit record, a new log line appeared. Content uploading /voice/warning.mp4. The phone was already posting it, in my name. Every sound, every word I spoke, syncing to an unseen feed. And then the voice, my voice, whispered again. Keep talking. They're still listening. The battery stayed at 100%. The time stayed at 3:33. I spent the rest of the night editing what I'd recorded. Every screenshot, every log, every whisper that bled through the phone's mic. I didn't even care if people thought I was insane anymore. I just wanted proof out there before whatever this thing was finished syncing me. The plan was simple: upload the warning, kill the device, and vanish offline for good. The video exported cleanly, file name, warning_final.mp4. I opened YouTube, logged in, and dragged the file into the upload window. My hands were shaking. The progress bar crept forward, and for a second, I actually felt a flicker of control again. While it processed, I typed the description. If you've ever seen this phone, stay offline. Don't reply to unknown numbers. Don't check your mirrors after 3:33. Then I hit upload. The screen blinked white. The browser refreshed on its own. And there it was, my video. Already posted. But not under my channel. The username at the top read at root user. The thumbnail wasn't the one I'd made. It showed me, but from behind, staring at my monitor, timestamp 5 minutes into the future. Comments began appearing instantly. He uploaded. Sync complete. Next one's online. Each commenter's name matched the active hosts list I'd seen earlier. Line by line, they appeared, just like before, except one new name scrolled up from the bottom. Viewer_#####. I scrolled to the newest comment. It wasn't text. It was a system message, gray and flickering. Your post synced successfully. Next host, viewer_#####. And beneath it, the same number as the total live viewers. I stared at the screen as static bled through my headphones. The playback window glitched, freezing on my reflection for a split second. Except my mouth moved, and I didn't. Then the voice returned. That same warped version of me, speaking from the speakers instead of the phone. If you're still watching, you already joined. The upload never finishes. It just spreads. My connection indicator turned red, uploading 100%, and never moved. Some people in the comments said their phones buzzed once right then, even on silent. Others claimed their YouTube history replaced the title with, "Welcome back, host." Mine did too. Static builds. One last sound cuts through the distortion, a Discord ping. Then silence.